So now the question that the student sent me was, what if you have a homozygous parent, right? So big A, and big B, and you cross it with a heterozygous parent. Don't you just do FOIL for both? Well, as I said, you don't have to do FOIL for this one. You could go ahead and do FOIL. You might end up confusing yourself a little bit, but you can do first, and then this, and then this, and then this. But what are all four options going to be? They're all going to be big A, big B. That's all there is, because that's all there is a big A or big B. They're all the same version of the genes. Now, why is it important to do it with this particular parent, this heterozygous version? Because FOIL is necessary here because you can end up with numerous possible combinations, right? So you can have four. By numerous, I mean four. So you can have big A, big B, or big B. You can have big A, little b. You can have little a, big B, and you have little a, little b. So these are four possibilities. Where in the homozygous parent, you only have one. It's the only one. Now I say homozygous, right? So that's when I have that homozygous. What if I have a, and big B? Again, there's only one possible combination. That's little a, big B. What if I have, what's another possibility? Big A, little b. Well, again, there's only one possible gamete that this one could form. That's big A, little b. What if I have little a, little b? There's only one possible gamete that can form. So no matter what form the homozygous takes, whether it's homozygous recessive then homozygous dominant, or homozygous dominant, homozygous recessive, or all homozygous dominant, or all homozygous recessive, no matter what, there's only one gamete, one possible gamete that this particular parent can give. So this parent I, can only make this gamete. This parent, which is homozygous recessive for one gene and homozygous dominant for another gene, can only produce this gamete. And this parent number Roman numeral 3 here, has homozygous dominant for the big A and homozygous recessive for the small b. That can only produce this particular gamete. And if we had the fourth condition, which is a homozygous recessive for both genes, you still can only produce one gamete. Where the heterozygous can produce four possible gametes, right? So that's the key. That's why FOIL is necessary for doing this kind of this question of how many possible gametes can you produce. Now, someone asked me, well, what if you have 3 traits? Well, let's take a look at that. And you don't have to go any further. If you get this, you don't have to go any further. We will be discussing this later, though, in the course in January, because my understanding is that some people said they asked me about 3 traits on the citywide exam. So let's see